Mary, Nick, and Oliver are joint tenants with right of survivorship in a tract of land. Oliver conveys his interest to Violet. Which of the following statement is true? The answer is Mary and Nick are still joint tenants. A joint tenant is free to convey his or her interest in the jointly held property, but doing so destroys the unities of time and title. The new owner cannot become a joint tenant. Joint tenant right of others joint tenants, however, are unaffected. Again, a joint tenant is free to convey his or her interest in the jointly held property, but doing so destroys the unity of time and title. The new owner cannot become a joint tenant right of all the joint tenant, however, they are unaffected. A corporation is a legal entity, a person in the eye of the law. Property owned by the corporation is owned in the severalty. Is owned in severalty. When real estate is owned by one individual, that individual is said to own the property in severalty. A sole owner may be a single individual or an artificial person such as a corporation. All of the following can be classified as real property, except condominium unit ownership, a tenancy in common, ownership in severalty, The answer is the cooperative unit ownership, because cooperative association stock is personal property. The cooperative tenants owner do not own real estate as is in the case of the condominium. Instead, they own an interest in the corporation that has only one asset, which is the building. Joint tenancy and right of survivorship are associated with the answer, are associated. Again, joint tenancy and right of survivorship are associated. The answer is the unity of possession, interest, time, and title. The unity, again, joint tenancy and right of survivorship are associated. The answer is the unity of possession is the one that are the unity of possession, interest, time, and title. The four unity of possession, interest, time, and title are associated with joint tenancy and right of survivorship. All owner own the same interest, and when one dies, the interest owed by the other owners increases. So the first question is not correct. Again, joint tenancy and right of survivorship are associated. So that's incorrect. So the answer is the unity of possession, interest, time, and title. The four unity of possession, interest, time, and title are associated with joint tenancy and right of survivorship. All owners own the same interest, and when one dies, the interest owed by the other owner increases. Three co-owners cannot agree on how to use the property. In order to solve this issue, the owner may have to file an action in court known as partition suit to determine co-ownership. Partition suit to determine co-ownership. Co-tenant who wish to terminate their co-ownership may file an action in court to partition the property. Partition is a legal way to dissolve the relationship when the party do not voluntarily agree to its termination. An older woman wishes to create a joint tenancy with her son who lives with her. What is the impact of the Georgia's Joint Tenancy Act of 1976? On this idea, there's no need for a straw man for this transaction. There's no need for a straw man for this transaction. The Georgia Joint Tenancy Act of 1976 allowed an individual or a couple holding property as tenants in common to convey property to themselves as joint tenants. This effectively abolished the time relinquishment by statute and also means that there is no need in Georgia for a straw man.